Adding grommet marks to large format files is quite a common use case. So in pdfToolbox you have different approaches, and maybe let me just briefly show you the straightforward approach, and that is via the switchboard. Here in the switchboard you have this large format group, and here you have two actions related to grommets. And the first one is adding grommets by number, and the second one is adding grommets by distance. If I have selected one, you can see they are pretty straightforward. So here I can, for example, specify the number horizontally and also vertically. And let me maybe briefly execute this to show you what the result is. So as expected, pdfToolbox will add the grommets to my PDF file. But in this case, we have a problem with this solution. And that is, as I said, the switchboard actions are kind of limited. So it only works for rectangular PDF files. In our case, we have a PDF file with rounded corners. So as you can see, the grommet marks here at the corners are placed outside of my cut line. And of course, this is nothing, or this is no solution for this irregular shape. So let me show you a different approach how you can add grommets if you have a cut line. And to do so, let me first open my original file and also the Fixups window here. And then I can say create a new Fixup, because a Fixup we are looking for is the place file on path. And of course, according to the name, place file on path, it is not obvious that you can use it to add grommets, but of course this is also exactly why we are doing this video. So here in the Fixup settings you can see first I have to add a file that I want to place along my path object. And in our case, since we want to add grommets, I can now add a grommet PDF file, for example, here to this folder. So I can say open folder with configurations files. You can see it is empty right now, and you can simply drag and drop your required PDF file that you want to place on a PDF or on your PDF here. Then you can see it is not part of it right now, so let's reopen the Fixup, because pdfToolbox has to reload the resource. So let me briefly give it a name so I can find it in my Fixup window, place grommets, and I say OK. So now it is saved and I can edit it, and now you can see I can select the grommet PDF file here. As a short note, you are not limited to a PDF file here. You can choose any file that pdfToolbox can convert. Then we have the distance to path, and since we want to have the grommets inside of my cut line, I have to specify a negative value here. So let's say we want to go with -20 millimeters. If you have a positive value, pdfToolbox will add the grommets outside of the die line. And also if you have 0 as a distance to path, pdfToolbox will use the center of the grommet and place it directly on the path object. Then here in the mode, you have also two different methods. This is similar to your to the switchboard action. So we have an exact number or the distance between the repetitions. So let's say we want to add 14 grommets in total. You have also the possibility to add it on a layer or to specify a opacity and so on, but we don't want to do that in this case. And what is important is to select a path object, because here you have to specify what path object pdfToolbox should use as a reference to add the grommets in this case. I have already created one, and that is of course our die line. I can open this briefly to show you how that looks like. So I create a shape based on a vector path, and here in the settings I have specified a pre-flight check that searches for the spot color die line to specify this vector path object. And you can also apply it to pages. So if you just want it to the first page or to the last page, but we don't want to do that. And if I run that now in test mode, you can see pdfToolbox will again add my grommets to my PDF file. But in this case, as you can see here, it takes the die line into account and places the grommets all along this die line shape. And that is a perfect approach if you have irregular shapes where you need to add a file. And of course, you're not limited to adding grommets here. You can use this Fixup for multiple use cases.